So I'm a housekeeper for the top 1% that lives in Florida. And these are the things that I've heard while working with them. So when everyone says that women need to bring things to the table to get chosen for a life of providing, when you meet billionaires and you're around them, you could see that statement is nothing but the truth. The only ones that scream that is the broke. The rich, their wives, the highest degree one of them had was a dentist, but that was the highest one. And I know many billionaires. They're more like they never had a degree. They went to college. They go to college. This is the thing. They go to college and universities, the top universities, to find husbands. And then they'll get like a teaching degree and never use it. So many of these women already had kids from a previous marriage. They were either middle class or they had no type of money. Sometimes I have one client that she had 3 children, single mother, low income. She met her husband one day. He is a billionaire and he is the creator of it's like a sausage hot dog brand that sells all over like Walmart and everywhere. So that is nothing further than the truth of what do you bring to the table. You don't have to bring nothing to the table, sweetie. If you're cute, you can manage the house. What the most they do is like cook them, not even cook. Like go to like a marketplace and get pre-make sandwiches and waters for the house. And even then you can get a housekeeper. Most of these people have nannies. All of them have nannies. So they're not really with their children. They'll travel to like different countries with their girlfriends. Like one client that I have, she was going to the Bahamas. Her 2 sons had a nanny, and the husband was with the nanny and the 2 sons in Florida.
I'll say this. I was having this conversation with somebody earlier, and it's a couple different things that stick out. Actually, it's multiple different things, but I'm just address a couple before we get into the rest of the video. Number one, a simp is a simp regardless of whether they got money or not. For whatever reason, y'all keep pedestalizing people that have resources, and yes, dudes get with single mothers. But number two, what you bring to the table is tangible and intangible, and it's all based off of the person that you're with. And I'm gonna break this down I'm gonna go into detail about this. A guy with resources don't necessarily care about whether or not you got a degree or resources. You see what I'm saying? That's not what they're looking for. They're not looking for a woman to come in and contribute into the household. They don't necessarily care about whether or not you got a degree or not. So even when people have these conversations and they say, hey, well, what do you bring to the table? The fact that you're unable to answer what you bring to the table is dependent upon the guy that you're dealing with at that particular moment. So if you're dealing with a guy that make, I don't know, $200,000 a year, and he's building an empire and he's going to be even more successful and so on and so forth, because we keep talking about these billionaires or whatever, so on and so, like, if he's making, let's just say, $200,000 a year, and that's a really decent salary, it doesn't mean that he wants to go and take care of another man's kid. It doesn't mean that he should be a step crash dummy. And the value of the woman that may be around him may not be a woman that brings in resources, but it is a woman that adds value into his life based off of what his needs are. Um his needs may not be tangible. He may not need you to contribute into the household. He may not need you to go and get a job. He may not need that. He may need you to be, a person that has the intangibles. Your ability to be able to move in a room when he goes into the room with his boss, or to pray for him, or to be a person that is peaceful and a great mother, and the ability to be able to nurture those kids and stuff like that. So, the fact that most women that can't get a man is speaking, but they can't articulate whether or not they bring anything to the table whatsoever, because no person in real life is going to ask you what you bring to the table, but they are going to pay attention. You just said it. A lot of those women go to college to get a man. It is based off of proximity. It's the circles that you run into. But if you can't even get in the room because you can't communicate effectively, then guess what's going to happen? You will be left at the door. You will be a single mother with cats. And y'all just think that y'all can keep slutting it around. And guys are girding up and protecting themselves financially because they don't want to be taken to the cleaners. It's just the facts.
She was in the Bahamas with her friends for a month. She came to Florida so she could see her two sons and her husband. She stayed for about 2 days and she's like, you guys are annoying me. And then she went and took a trip to Italy with her friends. And mind you, she got a private jet. She gave away 2 suitcases with like the roller skate. So it's like a suitcase that's connected to a roller skate. $400 suitcases, 2 of those. And she gave it to us for free because she's like, why do I have to rush to the airport? What is there to rush for? The private jet's waiting for me.
And let me also say that it's a lot of these dudes that got multiple women, but we not gonna even get into that. We gon' and yes, I am familiar.
This is the people we talking to. This is the people that we see day to day, and then we go on TikTok and we see what you bring to the table, pop the balloon, all this stuff, and I'm like,
Then go get
the
you a billionaire.
controversy of
If y'all can do this, then go get you a decamillionaire, 100 millionaire. Go get you a millionaire. Go get you a guy that make $500,000, $250,000 a year. Go get you a guy that make $25,000, $50,000 a month. If y'all can do it, then why don't you do it? Because people are using extreme examples and not something that they qualify for.
like Ashley Dalton saying that you guys had to lose weight and all these things.
You do.
The only people that are overweight or regular size, like average size, are the people that get into that lifestyle. Is the ones that like they marry the grandson, you know. It's not like the big fish that you marry. It's like you marry like one of the people below. And
It's kind of like she's contradicting herself, like she's weaving in and out.
Millionaires, you can get away with it, but for billionaires, all of them are either on the Ozempic. They're always on a diet. Like one of the clients, she says she's on a caveman diet, only greens and protein. So that's how they lose weight. And trust me, the stories I've heard, like there's this one woman, the same woman that went to Bahamas and everything. She is depressed because she says everything is just too easy to attain. There's nothing really to motivate her in life. So she has depression. The same woman that buys...
I wonder how many of these people are actually communicating all these things with the housekeeper. Let's continue.
boxes and boxes of aloe and then gives it away for free. And a bunch of Miu Miu Chanel shoes and just leaves them in the garage in a basket like they're outside shoes. If you know what a mochi is, with a mochi, like, oh my goodness. Like, she just came. She was supposed to go to the Bahamas, but, you know, the Bahamas is getting hit by a really terrible hurricane. She was supposed to go with her best friends, 12 of them, on her private jet and spend 2 weeks there. But, you know, the plans didn't end up the way they did. So she came here with her husband and his friends. Now they're going to spend all the time in Florida on their boat with their jet skis. This is the same woman that gets boxes of caviar just because she likes them for a snack.
What does that mean?
Yeah. This is the same woman when her children turned 18 years old. She still wanted her nanny in her life, so she got a dog.
Make sure you guys tab into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments.